Is it true that on Jungkook's birthday today, September 2nd, an unexpected luxurious BMW appeared right in front of his house as a gift? And who is actually behind this surprising present? The morning unfolds with an atmosphere so heavy with anticipation that every single moment feels amplified beyond measure. Because right now, the entire fandom across the globe is glued to their screens, refreshing feeds, scanning every update, waiting for something unexpected to happen on Jungkook's birthday, September 2nd. And suddenly, images begin to circulate, showing him outside his residence, his hand trembling against his lips, his eyes shimmering with a mix of shock and disbelief as a brand new BMW gleaming under the daylight sits parked right in front of him with a giant red ribbon across its hood. And the scene is so raw, so real, so unscripted that it immediately tears through the digital noise of the day and forces every single person watching to pause and wonder how such a moment could even be possible. Because Jungkook himself looks overwhelmed, his body language spelling out emotions that words cannot hold. And the energy of this situation begins to spread like wildfire with fans gasping, typing frantically into comment sections. Is this real? Who gave him that car? Why does he look like he's about to cry? And their voices echo through the timelines in waves of disbelief and amazement. But what makes this moment even more unforgettable is the fact that it is happening right now in real time. Not a rehearsal, not a staged photo opportunity, but a genuine reaction captured in the instant he realizes that something massive has been done for him. And while people might speculate endlessly, the truth is that at this point, no one standing outside with him dares to break the silence because the expression on his face speaks volumes louder than any commentary could. His shoulders slightly hunched, his lips pressed tight as he tries to contain a flood of emotions that are clearly trying to escape. His tattooed arm folding across his chest like a shield, yet his eyes betraying him with a glossy reflection of tears, ready to fall. And the sheer humanity of this picture transforms it instantly into a cultural phenomenon that refuses to be ignored. Because Jungkook is not just an idol here. He is a young man hit by a gesture so grand and so symbolic that it shakes him to his core. And as viewers, we are all pulled into that same spiral of curiosity and empathy, unable to detach ourselves from the unfolding mystery of who would go this far to celebrate him in such a public yet intimate manner. And the way the car itself stands as a silent character in this unfolding drama only adds to the aura. Its metallic blue and silver body, glistening like a mirror of the sky. The contrast of the vibrant red ribbon across it symbolizing not just a gift, but a statement of magnitude. As if someone wanted to say without speaking that Jungkook's journey, his sacrifices, his dedication all deserve recognition that cannot be measured in simple words. And here it is laid out before him in the form of steel, power, and luxury. And his silence, his reaction, his inability to form words in that precise second becomes the most honest dialogue of the entire scene. And this silence is what grips millions of people scrolling through their feeds who suddenly feel like they too are standing there in that driveway watching him process everything, breathing the same air thick with astonishment and gratitude. And as cameras flash, as phones record, the question of the hour remains untouched, hanging above everyone's heads. Who placed this BMW here? Who orchestrated this overwhelming surprise? Who wanted to make sure that Jungkook on his birthday would stand frozen in awe with tears threatening to spill down his face? And as the real-time coverage intensifies, clips and screenshots racing across every platform possible, the entire narrative builds higher and higher, fueled not by official statements, but by the sheer power of human reaction. And it is this reaction, unpolished and raw, that keeps pulling more and more people into the moment. Because here we are witnessing history in the making. Not through a carefully curated press release, but through a genuine instant of vulnerability and gratitude that transcends the screen. And in that very moment, every fan, every casual observer, every critic even becomes invested in discovering the truth behind the gift, the motive, the message, and the identity of the giver. Yet no answers come, no explanations are offered. Only the image of Jungkook, covering his mouth, overwhelmed, standing before the BMW like it just landed from another world. And the more the silence stretches, the deeper the intrigue grows, leaving everyone desperately searching for clues in the smallest details, from the exact shade of the ribbon to the positioning of the car in front of his home. And yet, the mystery remains intact, holding the world captive in its suspense. A suspense that does not loosen its grip. even as the day continues to unfold with every second feeling heavier than the last. Because everyone knows there is a story behind this car, a reason why it is here. But right now, that reason is hidden behind the veil of unspoken emotion playing out on Jungkook's face, making this moment not just a birthday surprise but an unforgettable chapter in his journey that demands to be told piece by piece. And the weight of that demand ensures that no one can look away. No one can scroll past without feeling the pull of the narrative that is just beginning to open in front of us. With the kind of intensity that leaves your heart racing and your mind searching for answers that still refuse to arrive. The energy does not fade as the day moves forward because the image of Jungkook standing there still dominates every digital space, every trending feed, every group chat. And the longer the mystery lingers, the stronger the pull becomes. It's like watching a real-time drama where no script exists. And yet the suspense is more powerful than anything a screenwriter could craft. And the fact that Jungkook himself is completely caught off guard makes the situation resonate even more deeply because the sincerity of his reaction cannot be manufactured. His eyes darting between the car and the people around him, his hands still covering his mouth as if to hold back a storm of words that simply cannot escape. And while the BMW sits silently, like an unspoken confession, fans across continents begin dissecting the smallest details, looking for clues in the way the bow is tied, the angle at which the car is parked, even the reflections on the hood captured by fan cameras. Each frame becoming a puzzle piece in a game that feels both exhilarating and exhausting. And all the while, Jungkook remains at the center, not saying much. His silence louder than 1,000 words, his smile trembling, his posture slightly bent like someone trying to hold himself together in the middle of a hurricane of emotions. And it is this very silence that ignites endless discussions online, with some voices insisting it must be a gift from the members, others speculating about the company, some daring to believe it could even be the work of fans pulling resources together. But none of these theories have confirmation, leaving the mystery thick and untouchable. And as hours roll by, the speculation only deepens with live streams being hosted, hashtags multiplying, clips circulating in multiple languages, translations spreading across platforms, ensuring that no one misses out on the raw unfolding of this unforgettable day. And, while the world outside keeps spinning for ARMY and for observers alike, this single event becomes the axis around which everything revolves. Because Jungkook's birthday was always going to be special, but no one expected this level of grandeur. No one expected the gift to carry not just material weight, but emotional magnitude. And seeing him there reacting in such a vulnerable way makes the scene less about the luxury of the car and more about the humanity of the gesture. The way it touches him so deeply, the way it strips him of the polished idol image for a second and shows him as a young man overwhelmed by love and recognition. And the emotional transparency of this moment ensures that it etches itself permanently into the memory of fans, not as an extravagant display, but as a reminder that behind every stage, every performance, every carefully curated appearance, there is a person whose heart can still be shaken by kindness. And the power of that realization transforms this event into something far greater than a birthday surprise. It becomes a symbol of connection, of acknowledgement, of gratitude flowing both ways between Jungkook and the universe that surrounds him. And the cameras continue to capture, the phones continue to record, the feeds continue to refresh, but nothing can fully translate the thickness of the air in that moment. The collective heartbeat of millions synchronized with his as he stands before the BMW, the red ribbon glowing like a beacon of affection. And the question that burns brighter with every passing second remains unanswered. Who went this far? Who decided that this was the way to honor him? Who invested not just money, but intention into creating a moment that would leave him speechless? And as his friends, staff, and perhaps even nearby neighbors watch from a distance, no explanation is offered, no sign is given, only the quiet continuation of the scene. Jungkook's gaze flickering, his chest rising and falling with deep breaths as if to steady himself, his lips curving into a smile that refuses to stay steady. The sound of cameras clicking, mixing with the muffled gasps of those around him. And while the official channels remain silent, the online world grows louder, more frantic, piecing together guesses, throwing out theories. Some confident, some wild, but all bound by the same urgency to uncover the truth. Because if the gift itself is a statement, then the giver is the signature, the identity that will complete the story. And until that is Revealed, the narrative remains suspended in a state of tension that keeps everyone hooked, refreshing, waiting, analyzing, and the more the silence stretches, the more the mystery becomes powerful, transforming a birthday into a global spectacle where the focus is not just on luxury, but on meaning, not just on material, but on emotion. And the world watches, still unsure, still breathless, still chasing after the answer that lingers just out of reach. An answer that promises to change the shape of this story the moment it is revealed, but for now remains tucked away, hidden behind the veil of deliberate silence, leaving the day vibrating with suspense that refuses to release its grip. The moment Jungkook first laid eyes on the BMW parked in front of his residence continues to reverberate across the internet. A singular image of awe, disbelief, and gratitude captured in real time and spreading like wildfire through every social media platform imaginable as army around the world dissect each second of the footage, each twitch of his fingers, the slight quiver of his lips, the trembling of his hands as they instinctively rise to cover his mouth in a gesture that communicates more emotion than any words could. And then the revelation begins to filter through the online channels with electrifying speed. This was no ordinary gift, no anonymous or fan-coordinated surprise, but a meticulously planned and deeply personal gesture orchestrated by Jungkook himself, the founder and visionary behind the company that has guided BTS from the earliest days of their career, a revelation that shifts the entire narrative from one of casual speculation to a story of profound recognition and intentionality. Because now every detail of the SCE